All right, all right. What's going on, guys? Can you hear me okay? What's up, AKA Snug Dorison? How you doing, buddy? Thanks for joining me. We're going to hang out. We're going to wait and see how many people get in here for a few minutes, and then we'll get down to business, okay? So... Alright, cool. So, did you happen to catch that little, well, you did, you commented, you caught my little short video today. Sorry it was just a short video, but when that opportunity came up, I kind of jumped on it, and I thought it might be interesting enough to stand on its own, even though it was only going to be a short video. But there's more news with that, too. I'll share that a little later. So, we're going to start taking this guy apart today, or at least assembling the parts, getting all that stuff ready, and we're going to do a little unboxing too. I got something in the mail. Oh, DiMarzio? As I understand it, they have this office here on Staten Island, which is the original office because they live here. And this whole thing started as almost, I don't want to assume anything, but in my mind I see it as almost accidental, because there was no industry for aftermarket pickups before this guy Larry DiMarzio came along. It didn't exist. And you had to buy parts from the makers of the guitars. So there wasn't a lot of options. So then he came along and he proved you could make a business out of this, and next thing you know. But I think nowadays there's an office in Delaware. They were asking me about if I could drive to Delaware. I don't have a car right now. I told them I had a driver's license. So, excuse me. But the door you saw in that video was just the only entrance. They have the back of the building, and from the front you can't tell how big the building is. There's a loading and unloading area, there's a factory area, and a warehouse area. So, but it's not as big as you might think either. So I wonder how big Delaware is. PRS is down that way. Maybe that has something to do with it too. So, is anybody else here? Is it just you and me, AKA Snug Dorison? I was hoping to get a little roll call going on. Who's here? I'm getting some warnings from YouTube. Is the video okay? Everything says it's perfect on my end. Alright, anyway. So one of the first things we need for this guy to turn it into a guitar is a guitar neck. So I ordered one. I showed you guys the last live video. Yeah, RJ, you should have brought a stand in here, but of course you didn't. The thought crossed your mind and you didn't. Isn't that how it always is? So, wow, this thing is taped up good. This came in the mail. Hope my name is not everywhere out here. Well, yeah, kind of. Oops. All right, so there we go. I get the feeling we just need to pull the top off here. Oh, yeah, there we go. All right. well packaged, I gotta say. Can you guess what it is? So the video, it looks okay. Good. Thanks. Thanks, Snug. Was that what we agreed upon? Calling you Snug? Keep it short? I don't know. So, let's see. What do I got here? I wonder what this could possibly be. All right. Hey, maybe we'll take the time to stain it. I have the True Oil in my bedroom. It'll take me 2 seconds to run over there and get it. Well, 20 seconds. Oh, come on. Can't get this thing fucking open. Holy shit. Excuse my language, guys. Here we go. Let's try this in. Maybe this will have more luck. Some. Fuck this. That's my grandmother in me. We're trying to save everything. She grew up in the Depression. And every Christmas, she would tell us to be real careful opening all the gifts so she could use the paper next year. So, yes, that stuck with me. Fuck it, just rip it off, right? All right. Okay. I didn't think this was going to be finished. It actually is finished. Okay. And it's a nice, not super thin, but not thick satin coat. Nice. All right. Tilt back. Even the nut looks good on this thing. All right. I think this looks good. I think this will do. I think I got to get a screwdriver and a string winder. See if we can't put this. See if it'll fit in the neck heel. Yeah, this is the neck. Yeah, Snug, this is the neck for this. So this is going to be our project. I think for the next several lives until it's done, or until I send it to a friend to help me tweak it. I think this is going to be a project we're going to do live. But before I even go any further, I gotta say, man, I'm very impressed with this neck. I paid $41 for this neck, and there was no way I was expecting to be anything close to this. Wow. Look, my hands aren't getting cut up. There's nothing there. Wow. And the paint. This is the nicest looking painted headstock I've seen in a while. Yeah, Ibanez headstock, tilt back too. That's cool. And yeah, the box cutter. Right? I should have had a box cutter. But yeah, right. $41 on eBay, shipped plus tax. It was like $44 by the time I was done. But still. It's got what looks to be a full thickness rosewood fretboard. These inlays, I thought they were going to be clay by the pictures, but they look like they're actual copper. And that looks cool. Can you see that? I don't know how well you can see, but that doesn't look like clay. That's not clay. That's copper. I like that. I'm very surprised with this neck. Very cool. Alright, before I get up and go running around and getting tools off camera, let me show you what I got recently for this, because I was just the other day I had a little time and I decided to hit Harbor Freight. because I don't have a lot of hand tools here, and I can't, obviously I don't have tons of power tools either, but I can't use power tools here, even if I wanted to. Yeah, it's a pretty headstock. Excuse me, got an itch behind my ear. All right. Oh. So, and this was a steal too. I got a whole bunch of tools I'm going to need. I'm going to need a coping saw, right? And 2 packs of blades. They were $2 a piece. So how do you say no to that? But to beat that, normally good rasps, and I'm saying good rasps, they're like $50 a piece. Well, I got 3 cheap ones from Harbor Freight for $4. Right? And of course, because I'm going to be using a saw, I need some clamps. So I got a couple of these. These were $3 and change a piece. So, I mean, come on. If I had done that at Home Depot, if I'd gone to Lowe's, I'd have spent 3, 4, 5 times as much. Easy. So, hey, thank you, Harbor Freight. So, yeah, I am dead serious about switching up the body shape a little bit as part of this whole project, because this guy has so much meat between here and the 24th fret. You know what I mean? From here all the way up to here. You know, that's not comfortable. That gets in the way. And we're going to turn this into a shredder. So, all that's got to go. Alright. The boss shredder! I didn't even realize that was you talking about box cutter. What's going on, dude? Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for coming. I appreciate it, man. So, chop, chop. Yeah, chop, chop. All right. And speaking of chop, chop, let me go run in my room real quick, guys. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. Now, let's take this little guy apart and turn him into something a little more serious. So, while I'm doing this, who's here? So far, Snug is here and the Bullet Shredder. Thanks for coming, guys. Screw the winder, that was a waste of time. So, guitar winder for a bass tuner. I'm trying to figure out what I could do with this neck once we're done with everything else. Right? Because it's a very unique neck. I don't think you could use it for anything except maybe a banjo. Right? So, grab some wire snips. Yeah, I think I want to keep these though, because technically I still have another one of these, and it's going to need strings. No one's making strings for this. So, although I do have to go check some ukulele sources and see if those will fit. All right. Yeah, I'm not messing around. I'm getting right to it. Now I'm taking out the neck bolts. So, Back scratcher? I don't follow. So who else is here? I got Snug Dorison, aka Snug Dorison, and the Bald Shredder in the house. Is there anybody else here? Don't be shy, guys. Alright. So alright. I guess I could have done this with my power drill, right? That would be the thing to do. Hold on. Sorry guys, I was jostling the camera there for a second. Wrong way. I looked right at it, it spun, I said, yep, nope, wrong direction. I think my glasses need glasses. Well, I like how these things have these bushings. That's not just a ferrule for a screw. That's serious stuff from Gladdy. Good job. Saying you could turn the old neck. Oh yeah, right. Back scratcher. Okay, I follow now. Yeah, they late in $1 short, but yeah. All right. Okay. Yeah, let's see. There you go. Might be a little too long, but choke up, right? There you go. All right. Maybe we'll do something with that on camera. Smash it or something. All right. Now I gotta get rid of these. They're getting annoying. I wonder why. So, I want to thank everybody who's coming, who's been here, and who watches it later, I guess. So, always taking roll call, guys. So I want to see who's there. Anybody there? All right. Now I just got to remember not to step that way. All right. Now here's an interesting question. I got two questions with this. I'm not sure about this, the depth into the neck pocket, and I'm not sure about the width. So let's see. Oh, it looks like we're going to have something that fits right here. It's got a little space on one side. Maybe. I'm going to guess it's about 1 millimeter skinnier than the neck pocket. I know that I picked a 56 millimeter neck heel, and I'm thinking maybe this is 57. So, which I've seen as pretty common. Might just be me now. Yeah, looks that way. Well. Oh well, it was nice to see the ball shredder. So, yeah, so this is going to need a little bit of a shim. Not a big deal, but I think the height might be okay. This is very preliminary, I think. I still got to put the bridge on. But as a first, as a first look, since I have to drill holes here. As a first look, though, what do you think? There you go. I'm going to cut this heel, the lower horn, and I'm going to be playing around with this too. I may actually do something with this horn. Shorten it, make it a little more shredderish. I don't know. We'll see. But the whole goal is to make sure this really isn't as recognizable as what it used to be. You know what I'm saying? So how we doing, guys? Okay. You think so? You think it's going to look pretty killer? I think so too. I think it's going to be unique enough to set itself apart a little bit. And then once we get this right, then I want to try and do the headless. I got the other one here that I want to do the headless to it. And then, as long as I can still get them cheap, because I can find them on eBay right now for about $58 a piece, I'll buy another one or two and do a baritone, a guitar maybe, and something. Who knows? You know, there's a lot that I think can be done with this, as long as you try to be a little creative. You know what I mean? That's kind of the goal with this, is not just to build a guitar, because I can build a guitar. I rebuilt the BC Rich from the ground up. I built a Kramer from the ground up before I started the channel. So that's not really what I would consider a challenge. That's just reassembling something. This is about trying to make something out of something else. So you're using limited resources in that sense, and then you're also trying to be creative in what you can do with what you got without having to do a whole lot of extra work. That's kind of the challenge here. I'm not really going to be doing a whole lot. I'm just going to be doing this horn and a little bit here as far as woodwork goes, and everything else is just basic assembly, right? And making and adjusting. That's it. So I feel pretty good about that, actually. And yeah, I think like you, it's going to be pretty awesome when it's done. I think the headless one, if I get it right, becomes a possible like brand guitar or something like that down the road. You know, or maybe both of them will. But there's going to be a 6-string guitar, there's going to be a headless guitar, then maybe a baritone, and maybe try and make a 4-string that's a 27-inch scale, right? Instead of this one being 25.5, it's a little sloppy. 28.5 with Ibanez and those micros is a little better. I couldn't go that far with this, so maybe we could 27, maybe we could do that, and maybe that'll be okay. Who knows? But in the meantime, we got to get this done first. So once again, I am very impressed with this neck. Very impressed. Medium frets, 24 frets. They're all polished and everything. Nice. Nice. So what's next? I was really hoping on more people coming. So what's this? I just ordered the Glary GMF offset. They had a coupon for $14 off, so it's $62 and change total. That sounds pretty sweet. That's the new offset, right? That's the one that looks like the Music Man, or not Music Man, Fender, the Mustang, or whatever it is. So those guitars are actually pretty good guitars. A lot of what they've been doing for a long time was just making guitars as cheap as possible to sell on the internet. And who knows, maybe just to stay afloat, we don't know. But things have started to change, because they have a few instruments now that are that aren't made of Phoenix wood or Polonia, same wood, but they have a couple. One that I think is a Yamaha knockoff or an Ibanez knockoff, and that one was like poplar wood and all this other stuff. I think, and they have a few other ones now too like that, including this one, the one I think you just bought. And so I'm hyped. That's a really good price, bro. $60-something and change. That's a steal. I think you got a really good deal. I'm curious to know if it's a really, really super light guitar. Because if it's really, really super light, or if you can really see lots of grain straight up and down in different colors in the finish, then it's probably Phoenix wood, which would be put it down on the less expensive category of their stuff. But that doesn't make, that really doesn't change much, because everything else on these guitars is really good. And the body isn't an issue, it's just the weight. Because people don't like the weight of it, so they think it's a toy. But the reality is it's actually a very good wood for an instrument. I could ramble on that stuff, man. I really could, so I won't bore you. Yeah, the double humbucker model. Yeah, that's the one I would get. I'm not into the offset body so much. I just don't like that the bottom curve is like, it's like too far this way for my taste. It kind of pushes the guitar out this way a little bit. So when I play, I feel like I'm playing out here instead of over here. But I do like the way. So yeah, this is going to be good. I'm hyped for this. I think I'm going to try and do most, if not all, the work for this project live with you guys. So it'll be something we do every week for a little while and see how it comes out. Was it 5.5 pounds? Okay, 5.5. Okay, that's a little light. That's probably the Phoenix wood or Paulownia wood bodies. Like I said, same wood. But like I said, it's not a bad thing. It's just really light. And that's this one. This one's a light guitar. It sounds great, though. Especially now that it's been modified. This is the giveaway guitar. You really can't see it on camera. But that's about 5.5 pounds. Maybe 6 tops. And that's the Phoenix wood, the Paulownia. But it sounds great. So, and honestly, as you get older, a lighter guitar is better. No one wants a 15-pound, Gibson Albatross around their neck. I have freakishly long arms, so don't mind. Yeah. Okay. Well, that's good for you. Although, it means you got to sit like this in the car, right? You got to. I knew a guy like that once. He actually had to sit. He had to tilt his seat in his car back a little because he was tall and he had excessively long arms on top of that. So he had to go all the way back, and then he had to tilt it this way because otherwise it was like he was driving like this, even though the seat was all the way back. So to feel like this, So okay. So looks like I got 10 views. So people are dropping in. I don't know if they're staying. Looks like it's just you and me. So, oh well, they're lost, right? So, all right. What time are we at here? 34 minutes. Well, I'm going to go for at least an hour, just you and me, unless you want to leave earlier. In that case, there's no reason for me to stick around. But I was really hoping for more people, and I was really hoping to go a little longer and do a little more. But if it's just you and me, then we are the chat. So I feel like my attention needs to be more on you. So, and that's not a complaint. Yeah, this is definitely a good millimeter. That'll be okay though. I'll shim it up. All right, cool. Appreciate you chilling. Appreciate it. So, I'm not going to be able to drill the holes in this until I get it shimmed properly. So, that's going to have to wait. But, I could play around with this for a little while. See if I can at least figure out how to do this. You're going to have to be about right there. Padding. Okay. I'm not leaving again, so Yeah. We got cardboard. That's what we do. So, hey, if anybody else is out there, just say hi. The wiring, well, the wiring is, I'm going to redo everything. It's going to have volume, right, and it's going to be in the spirit of the one volume knob, one pickup guitar, but I want to give it a little more versatility than that, and I don't want it to lose any oomph in doing that. So I think I'm going to have it wired so that because it's just going to be one hot rail, about 15K, Alnico 5, that's what I'm thinking. I have something here, I think it's about 12. It's in a Yngwie Malmsteen hot rail, so I'll check that out. But I might go with something as hot as 15K so that I can coil split. No, not coil split. I can have it wired in series, which is standard, and then in parallel. This way, it'll sound like a Fender Strat that has a humbucker, because they wire theirs to sound like more like single coils. So I'll have it wired like that. This way, you can flip between the two. You can get a thinner tone, or without losing any output, and no noise, that kind of stuff. And because you're going into a single coil kind of mode, I don't want to just have regular tone control. So I'm looking into a couple of different options. EMG makes a booster switch and a booster control, a knob that is battery operated. It costs about 80 bucks, and it's basically as a switch. You can preset the dip switches inside the potentiometer, and so when you flip the switch, you get a boost, and you get a certain frequency level boost, but it's not necessarily straight volume. I think it's a little bit of volume and tone. It's meant to really push the tone to the next level of like a lead tone. So, or whatever you want, really, right? Because there's 3 dip switches, 3 settings on each dip switch, I think. So you got some versatility there. You could set it for one thing, but I'm also looking into another idea, using capacitors, because when we use a capacitor, you could wire it if you get the right kind of capacitors, you can mimic the tone of a 500K tone pot, turn all the way on, right? So if you get a potentiometer that has clicks, right? You can put capacitors on each one to get different settings, right? And there's a couple of guys that are doing this, and they sell these on eBay. But I want to get one, or buy or make one that has just what's needed to make a 250K tone and a 500K tone, and maybe something in between, because at some point Gibson was using a 333K potentiometer, or they were wiring a capacitor in there to mimic it. I'm not exactly sure. But to get this way, I get all 3 tones, because then you're getting that middle tone is more warm, but without the funkiness that comes in when you use it, when you wire a humbucker to a 250K pot. It gets a little too warm, and it almost gets a little of that P90 quack, if you know what I'm talking about. I think explaining it is more complex than the execution of it all. It's really just going to be one switch to change between single coil, which isn't quite single coil in this case, and humbucker, and the other is just whatever setting you're on with the first switch, you can flip on a lead boost, put it that way. All right, because it's supposed to be a lead guitar. The idea for me is to take the one humbucker, one tone control idea from the Frankenstrat, and do something to take it to the next level, hence the hot rail. Eddie didn't have hot rails to use, and that's a thinner, being that it's thinner, it sounds different than a regular humbucker. There's not as much bottom end, so you're getting more of a brighter lead tone to begin with. In my mind, that's what I'm thinking anyway. And then by switching between series, which is normal, and then parallel, you're getting more of a bright single coil tone. but it's not true single coil. Okay, yeah, it's not as complex as it seems. If you want to talk complex, I found a guy who makes pedals that do something similar, and they don't take a battery. They take a little bit of your signal frequencies and use it to work the pedal, as well as by manipulating those same frequencies and removing them, it's giving you a newer, a better tone. It's simple but complex. And I would like to figure out how to get something like that made that'll fit in a guitar. Probably not this one. This one doesn't have the room. So, but the great thing about about electric guitars is they're not all that complex. So, well, if anybody's going to come by, please say hi. As a matter of fact, let me leave a little note here. All right, so yeah, okay, so this is going to keep me from cutting into too many things here. All right, knob's got to come off. 1, 2, 3. So part of the country, or where are you, Snug? Southeast Kansas. Some of my favorite YouTubers are in Kansas. So that's the tornado belt. So yeah, I watch a lot of YouTubers out of the Wichita area, believe it or not. Hoovie's Garage, Car Wizard, Car Ninja, yeah, 100% Jake. Traveling with a wise guy. Don't mind me. I'm just trying to bolt this thing to the table now. Who's the wise guy? I'm not following. That's the wrong corner because I got stuff on there. Oh well, let's have to do like that. Let's see what we can do. All right. I gotta turn the blade around. Oh, okay. Travel with a Wise Guy is a YouTuber? Okay. I hadn't, all right, I have to check that, I have to check that one out. The guys I watch are all in what they're calling online the Kansas Car Mafia. It's just a joke, but he does back roads in small towns all over the country. Okay. Is he one of those guys who finds cars, drives them all the way back home, and then restores them? All right, so that's how that goes. What's going on here? Okay, so he's just cruising the back roads and seeing what he finds. Okay, well that's cool stuff. I can get into that. Here we go. This is. What goes here? You know what? I think I need to read the directions. Something doesn't seem right here. Okay, that's cool. I used to follow this guy, Pine Top Jackson. Pine Top Jackson, nice guy. He's into good guitars and unusual guitars with a lot of the Also Ran brands. You know what I mean? Greco, Aria, all these older brands. And well, he's also he also loves to explore. And then he moved to Detroit, and with the plethora of abandoned buildings and areas in Detroit, he's just been going with that since then, so I haven't really watched too much. But cool stuff. It is cool stuff. I do enjoy it, just not as much as my guitar stuff. So, all right. Gotta read a how-to. All right, the instructions suck. But I think it tells me to just do this. So we're gonna just do this. I say I didn't need to do that. Pretty sure Wichita has a big car culture. Yeah, there's definitely a big car culture over in Wichita. Is it true? Everybody in Kansas runs with no muffler? I hear some guys calling it stuff like no muffler Newton in areas like that. That's outside of Wichita. Straight up tension holds it in there. All right. So, well, if there's anybody in there who hasn't made themselves known, I want to thank everybody for coming. I keep getting a few more. It looks like we get drop-ins and people leave. So, sorry guys, the party isn't started, and we're waiting for you guys. So. Let me see if I can get you a little bit of a camera angle here, so you can see what I'm doing. You might not see all my face, but that's not a bad thing, is it? All right, when's it gonna fix? There we go. All right. So. Okay. Since it's just me and you, do you mind if I partake? I smoke weed. And I wasn't planning on it, but it is just you and me, so. That's right. It's not what you cut, it's what you don't. That's why you cut conservatively and then you rasp and file away. So, let's see now. All right. The goal here is going to be to just cut enough that can rasp away the rest. You know what'll help? There we go. Higher. More. Okay, this is better. All right, cuts pretty good. So, all right, I think that's going to work out pretty good. Oh, you like the table risers? Dude, they got these on Amazon, and I'm telling you, they're great. And you can get them cheap, dude. Yeah, they're around 150 to 200 bucks for a 4 to 5 footer. This is a 4 footer, but the 4 footers are often on sale. And this one I got on clearance, brand new, 70 bucks. Very cool. So it's worth keeping your eye out. And it goes pretty tall too. It goes up to, well, let's see. .7 inches top height, so almost 4 feet. Actually, I could probably use this up here, but you can't see. All right. Yeah, that's almost too high, though. That's pretty too high. So. Yeah, this is the whole reason you get this kind of thing. This is the whole reason you get it. And I was finding that it was just a couple of dollars more than just getting a regular table. I mean, literally, it was like 20 bucks more, and in most cases, it was almost a push. So it was like, why not get that? So, and then when I found this one on clearance, it was like, I can't not get this. And Amazon's good for that shit. You keep looking around, so after a while, Amazon gets tired of showing you the same shit over and over again, and they'll throw you something that's what you're looking for, but suddenly, oh, it's on clearance in your size, and there's only like 3 left. And hell, I just did that with a set of Converse style sneakers. So they were $13 in my size. and have like 8,000 different positive 4 and 5 star reviews. So I was like, yeah, okay. Yeah, right? So that's what you got to look out for. Because otherwise, this world's going to try and rip you off every which way. So you got to find what you can find for yourself, any way you can get it. So I'm actually really happy at what's going on with this coping saw. It's cutting really fast. So. Very cool. Take my time with that. So, so what do you do, Snug? You're working out in Kansas. I know you're not like harvesting sunflower seeds, or are you? There you go. Excuse me. All right, I'm going to keep this going just a little while longer. We're almost on an hour now. So, and but I want to see if people will show up. So I'm going to stick around just a little longer because I do have to get up. Oh yeah, I was going to share some surprise news with everybody, but since you're everybody, I have my job interview at DiMarzio tomorrow. Ta-da! Huh? So yeah. They called me, and originally we were going to have the interview last week, but they had to cancel and reschedule. So tomorrow morning, 10 a.m., I'm at DiMarzio doing my best to get a job in there. But I'll have another update for next week or the week after. So there'll be an official update soon. Okay, that's cool. That's good stuff. And make sure the warehouse is stocked so orders can be shipped. All right, so you're basically, well, you're either the manager of the warehouse or someone who works on the floor there who's in some kind of upper position making sure that stuff gets done. That's what it sounds like to me. What's up, Martin? How you doing, buddy? Yes, and thanks. Thanks. Martin, I'll let you in on what I was just telling Snug. I actually got the interview at DiMarzio, so thank you for all the good luck. Looks like it's going to pay off. Fingers crossed. I have my interview with them tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. So thank you, Martin. Thank you. And honestly, I wasn't even going to do it, but then it just occurred to me that this place is only a few blocks away, and I need a decent job, so why am I not going? So... But I'm glad you're here, Martin. Right now, I'm just doing some woodworking on the body of the kids' base. Title is stock. Oh, okay, so you're just a stalker. Okay, I got it. Excuse me, I shouldn't say just a stalker. But so you're one of the guys. Okay, no, that's a good job. You know, and I used to drive a tractor trailer, so it's guys like you to make my job easy. You know, so I wouldn't be surprised because I'm sure there's not lots of really good opportunities. There's only like 2 or 3 million people in all of Kansas, so I can't see lots of super great paying jobs all being in close to home. You're going to have to run. You have to drive, right? So, oh yeah, I almost forgot I actually have a friend who moved to Kansas. I almost forgot about Arnie. I haven't seen Arnie in ages, but he's out there too. He's in. I think he's actually in Wichita these days. He moved out there and he was in a mobile home for a while, and trying to find work. But things changed. I think he's at. Is it Fritos? There's a factory for Fritos up there, or something. Doritos maybe. So okay, I used to have my forklift certification too. So, are you one of those guys that can do all the skills with the forklift, do all the tricks? Yeah. So. Don't mind me, I'm doing a little at a time here because it's curved and I want to make sure that I follow the curve pretty well. So, and I don't want to miss you guys. Kroger's headquarters is out here. Okay. All right. That's cool. Kroger's, there's Wichita and there's a couple other cities in Kansas. Wichita's down near the bottom, and let me see. At least let me lower this so you can see me. Once I lower this so much, the lighting's going to change. Isn't it amazing how that happens? I don't understand. So, oh, that's not you, huh? You're not one of those guys who just do the spins and everything, and then like spin the whole forklift on the forks. Okay. Yeah. Thank you, Martin. Thank you. So, let me fix this camera a little bit. So, I don't know. I have no clue. Actually, let me try this. All right. Okay, that works. Nice. All right. So, yes. Okay. So, I'm glad you made it, Martin. And how's everything where you're at, Martin? You're up in Canada, and Canada's gone through some changes the last time you and I had any discussions. Right? Since when I finally sent sent you your prize, things were different, right? No truckers being locked out of their money or anything like that. No Trudeau. So, oh, pardon me, that came out of nowhere. So I hope you're doing well, Martin. All right. Yeah, Trudeau's still there. Yeah. Yeah, someone was calling him a neo-Nazi Ken doll or something like that on YouTube. Oh, Russell Brand. Russell Brand was doing that. So, but try to take out little pieces, little chunks. So, so Martin, let me show you what's come in. I did an unboxing. You missed the unboxing. I unboxed this guy. Tilt back headstock, Ibanez style neck, plastic nut, medium fret wire, well done, no problems there, and copper inserts. I don't know if it's real copper. It looks like real copper, but they are copper inserts. Copper fret markers. Very cool. I'm actually jealous of those fret markers. I think they're kind of cool. So, yeah, so this guy is going to be going in this guy. And so this is what our first guitar is going to look like. I can't wait. And who knows? So, all right. So what else is going on? We've got, I think I'm going to give it about 10 more minutes, guys, and then I think I'll call it a day. A little over an hour, hour 15, hour and 20, somewhere around there. All right? But thank you guys for coming. I just wish more people would show up. I hope, as I do more of these, I'm glad you like it, Martin. I'm hoping as I do more of these, more people will start showing up. So tell your friends. Yeah, I think it's a pretty awesome neck too. And Martin, it was only $41 plus sales tax here in the States, so it was 44 maybe. Probably would have been about, what was that, 55, 60 Canadian? So pretty cheap. Yeah, it's actually, that's a good question. And it's not a super slim. Now that you ask, I hadn't really considered that. And I wouldn't call it super slim. First glance, I don't think it's quite flat enough for that. Well, let's see. Let me compare it to something. Well, here's an actual evidence. This is a Geo. And the neck, now that I think about it, I probably could have just taken the neck off this. This neck isn't quite as slim as this neck. So, but it is definitely pretty slim. I'm thinking the usual modern C. Let's see. Let's see. Is it a modern C? Yeah, I think it's about the same as this one. I got to do this something with this guitar. This guitar is too good to let sit on the wall like this. Although it does look good in the pictures. So, yeah, you lost me for a second. All right. But, yeah, Martin, thanks for the question. I thought that's a great question. It's definitely a slim, well, modern C. So, 42 millimeter nut, most likely. And it's comfortable. Satin finish. Not a thin satin finish, not a super heavy one, but a satin finish. So, somewhere in the middle. And, yeah, man. Very impressed. Rosewood, maple, good look, polished. This is polished nicely. Okay. All right. Thanks for keeping me informed, Snug. I appreciate it. So, guys, yeah, I think I'm going to have to call it. I have to get up early to go get ready to go to DiMarzio. I got to be there by 10 a.m. It's a little after 11 here. So it's probably a good time to wind this down and get ready to go to bed so I can be all bright-eyed and bushy-tailed so I can kiss some ass tomorrow morning. All right? So, yeah, Martin, one last thing before I go, I'll let you in on that you didn't hear about. I've mentioned to Snug already, so if you want to leave Snug, I guess you can. This is going to be the project going forward for the live, for live. We'll be doing this on and off, and other things as well probably, but this is going to be something we're going to be doing over time. in the live. All right? Anyway, guys, that's going to do it. You guys have been awesome. I've been RJ. Thank you very much for coming, guys. Please tell your friends, or don't tell your friends. Knock them out and put them in front of a TV and put on YouTube. Make them subscribe. And thanks. No, seriously though, share it with your friends. I want this to be the way things go. You know what I'm saying? And honestly, between us three guys, I'm a little concerned because of the. I'm a little concerned because it hasn't been like I would hope. But then again, I don't know what to expect from Go. You know what I'm saying? So I might be thinking too much. Anyway, you guys have been awesome. Thanks for coming, guys. We'll do this again next Sunday, and I'll have another video posted for next Sunday as well. The tube amp is done. It's painted, it's assembled, and all I got to do is some sound tests and a little talk here and there, and that's it. So this one should be up on Sunday, no problem. All right? Thanks again, guys. You've been awesome. Take care. Till the next one. Later.